Durman? Is that you? It has been some time.
Random person spotted on the street.
Indeed, it has been a very long time.
What's the matter? Don't have let me walk on by with you. I didn't always see eye to eye, but I assure you to respect. Well, I have let you pass, for there's no joy in my visit today, Jahira. Do you remember the lesson I taught you? Of course, they were the ones that introduced me to the harbors. This is good. I'll stay with my old shit. That's actually one of the better aspects, because there's a lot of old shit, and you know, even if they remake it, there's no way in God's fucking green... on God's fucking green earth to force me to engage it. Apart, of course, from the fact when they make it horribly difficult to get your hands on the original old shit, which is something I do hate very much when they do. To some degree, this is actually the problem with Baldur's Gate. It's ridiculously hard to get the original old Baldur's Gate. I mean, not for me, I have them on fucking... have the fucking collector's box somewhere around still, and I have the more modern variant on DVD, mind you. Very cool shit. But now they can't really take that away from me. If I want to install that, I can go just ahead and try my hardest, so long as, you know, Windows doesn't at some point stop doing that. Which I hope will never happen. Because that would mean I wouldn't need to engage with fucking Linux, and I don't want to do that. I'm not good at it. Bullshit. But yeah, whenever you get a remake or remaster or anything like that, in some cases it becomes ridiculously difficult, doesn't it? Yeah, I know that's the whole thing I want to deal with them. I still remember that I have the evil collector's box from Neverwinter Nights 2 somewhere around. Actually, somewhere is actually not true. It's pretty much right behind me. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, like the little statue of a troll and shit. I still have that. Sadly I couldn't get that for the original Neverwinter Nights because, well, didn't have the money at the point. Yes, but relations, we're getting it. But here to rehash our friendship. I have been sent to kill you, otherwise seek your downfall, and I do not relish the duty. Do them. I mean, I would never sell them because I do like those things. Do they now? But I make money off my little collector's box of Neverwinter Nights 2 then. I don't think Neverwinter Nights 2 was nearly as popular as Neverwinter Nights 1 was ever, but yeah, still pretty enjoyable. Pretty enjoyable indeed. Yeah, and the water power has decided they should be killed. I serve nature and protected the good of the land through my work as a harbor. Who have I offended? It wasn't for good reason. Fair enough, yeah. It started out well enough, but it was absolutely a mess. An unfinished mess. And a lot of troubles. And I remember the last boss fight. And cursing. Very much. Very loudly. Fucking Lord of Shadows, go fuck yourself. I do at some point want to play just to make fun of it a little bit and go like, look. This is a nice example of, yeah, the graphics have gotten a bit better, but everything else has definitely not gotten better. It reminds me, we still need to finish Neverwinter Nights at some point, but I knew it. The very moment I would start playing Baldur's Gate, I would not stop playing Baldur's Gate. I think we've played now for like, what, over a week, basically just Baldur's Gate, with one exception being the SWTOR stream. Still not tired of it. God fucking damn it. Yeah, I did like the original system a lot better, honestly. Graphics did improve, you know, because you can now see a bit more of your characters. Not much, mind you, but still a lot better than what we had before. At least that is the point people have been made to me over and over again. Which I always answer if I don't care. Graphics have never been something I care about at fucking all. I care about everything else a lot more. Oh, Dragon Age. Dragon Age has actually the same problem, because Dragon Age Origins, at the time heralded as a bit of a, you know, a bit of an edgy game for its blood, its maxi and times and all of that. Really enjoyable. Then you get Dragon Age 2 and you were kind of like, you fucking lost me at this point. It didn't have the grand scale, you know, it didn't have the world threatening and traveling all over and getting involved with shit. That shit was great. And I think by the time it was the third one, Inquisitor, whatever the fuck came about, I just didn't care any longer. But Dragon Age Origins was great. I remember the origin story of the city elf. That's the sort of shit you just don't see any longer. It was brutal, It was absolutely fucking disgusting what happened to these fucking city elves. That was amazing. There was no grandstanding and for any cause, just, you know, you taking your bloody revenge. Hot members of Rising Morrigan, yeah. I think everyone had the hots for Morrigan after a while. But yeah, that is actually one of the few examples of more recent times where actually now BioWare did a good game. I haven't really done that much well in a long time. I feel like actually playing it again. Quite the fun game, I must admit. I enjoyed it quite greatly. Oh, I heard of the killer of Harpas. I didn't wish to think she had any complicity in those acts. She had. Here she is, and she's alive. Yeah, actually, the origin stories were really enjoyable, and some of them were actually really, how to put this mildly, pretty hardcore when you think about it. And I like you start as the city elf, and then your friend comes up to save you from some ruffians, and you just gets fucking killed. And then, you know, the whole sex slavery thing also is, of course, a thing. Really dark, really gritty. That made it feel fucking awesome. That made it feel fucking meaningful. You know, like actually dark storytelling. Great. I mean, the whole setting is dark. Dragon Age Origins. Because, you know, technically speaking, you can never actually win against the, what is it called again? The evil ones, dark ones. I can't, for the love of God, figure out the term. Doesn't really matter. But basically, you cannot actually win. You're just stopping it for a bit, and then, you know, a few decades later, the same thing will come again. Washed my hands of the incident in the abode. He was in the wrong and brought his fate upon himself. You took off your headset. That was a mistake. Many deaths. This cannot be ignored. You should rejoin. Welcome back, little strategy. That I'm certain. Gallery sought to imprison for her own gain, and I took this out of the right. I could do no rather. It has not seen that wager hero, and exacting necessary justice. This is the only road to redemption for you. The others will not accept you otherwise. This is wrong, Damon. This is not the right solution. I see this ending otherwise, Uriah. Your own have died. What do you intend to do about it? Boosh. Immediately loses his memory, like the little goldfish that she is, apparently. You can put your headphones back on, I'm pretty sure, you know, not much happening in the background. I trust your judgment, though. I cannot do as you ask. You are in the wrong, as was Gallery. The right to choose player's side. It's your loss if you cannot see this. Be careful what you are saying, child. You have a duty to justice. This is not justice, this is revenge for a lie. Also, did none seem bothered to find the truth behind. If this is Harper justice, then I... Same. This is the justice you represent, then I renounce you. Renounce my life as a Harper. Cannot mean. Think this through. Seem I'm the only one that has thought any of this through. You do not, Gallery did not, and now the Harpers out for blood do not. More many fellows of the Harp. They died fighting for balance and truth. Gallery did not. This matter cheapens their loss. I will not be party to it. No, they're getting spoilers for 10-year-old games. Don't worry about it. Usually when I talk about old games... Actually, even if it's that fucking 20-year-old game like Baldur's Gate, I usually tend to speak in more... how to put it mildly, generalistic terms. Apart from, you know, when it's the fucking origin story, because that's just the prologue. And if you haven't played through the prologue after all of this time, you know, well, that's your own fucking fault, isn't it? I wouldn't spoil the endings for you, mind you. That's kinda mean. I'll take your words for those who will listen. Do not expect your life to be peaceful with this choice. It shall not be peaceful, but it is clearer than the course you're on. Goodbye. Are you certain of this, then? Do not concern yourself. It's the only course open, even if I wish to not talk of this. Matter is behind me. Onward, we have much to do. We have. So now she has officially renounced, or whatever the fuck, her allegiance to the Harpers. Because the Harpers are a bunch of fucking assholes at this point. For good reasons. They do. I mean, to be fair, now at this point, you know, if you haven't played Baldur's Gate, the original story yet, you had over 20 years and somebody spoils it for you. I'm not feeling too inclined of just, you know,
Yes.
understand it. Sorry to bother your petty concerns, but I've translated some of the Nether Scroll. Ancient magic at my fingertips, and more yet to decipher. It's been a good day. What are you staring at? That may say. Back to your little quest or whatever. Get some free XP out of that. But that's of course not the point we want to reach. We want him to decipher even more of the Nether Scroll. For a good reason. I'm always looking forward to this particular part. Which means we need to travel a little bit more.
Do you intend to crack your whip on my back?
If that's what you want.
Why discreet tiny? Is it though? I mean, it's here, because, you know, it's a very small area, and I'm zoomed out quite a bit. I do like that he can't help himself. Of my our Nether Scroll.
Much more.
I've prepared for this moment all my life, and lifetimes before. Be prepared to cower and flee. Nothing will stand in my way after this. Right, Edwin, a powerful mage is a good find. And of terrific benefit to all. Wise advice, and I shall not totally forget you when you are as a buck before me. Now, to power. Hallelujah. Desperados. Ooh, I remember that actually, yeah.
Bad.
This is bad indeed, isn't it?
What is it now?
This is blasphemy, an outrage against nature and order. I must redouble my efforts to cancel the hideous abomination of this nether scourge. But nothing. It's shameful and revolting. You paid vagrants walking it, saying me plebeians Vendel's charm. This is beyond treachery. I do love this part. He never even considered that he would find himself in such a situation. Actually, it is a bit of a traditional thing for wizards to go through. Pretty sure Minster also spent a bit of time being a woman. Good times. Looks like you're in trouble now, wizard. Must admit though, you've gained a fair shape. But how dare you, scoundrel, gawking at my mantle? Hey, aren't that bad, come to think of it. Wait a moment, what happened to my... Oh no, no, no! Yes. This is basically Edwin looks down, goes like, and those are pretty nice. Shit, wait a second. Looks a bit further down, goes like, oh, no, no, no. That must be quite a shocking moment for him. Woman or not, my spell throwing is unparalleled and bringing the wrath of cleansing hellfire upon you. Shut the mood, move on. This is what I remember this moment when I did it for the first time, when I picked up Edwin and I played a completely evil party. And you get the Nether Scrolls and this shit happens, so you're sitting there like, oh yes, I can imagine that situation being rather amusing for everybody involved. Apart from Edwin, of course, who's not happy at all. Let's see if we can...
Not tolerate this waste of time. Let's get moving. We've much to do.
How would you have us go, exactly? Let's get ourselves and what equipment we can for our war to come. We must be ready to avenge and fight. Yes, you do that. I'm actually gonna prepare myself another pipe. I'm thinking too much of Khalid. I was in shock before, but... You can never think too much for those departed. I agree. I shall try to not be fixated on such things. All will be dealt with in time. I will see to it. Edwin.
Tell me, Edwina, would you like me to let out the seams on your robe? I am quite handy with a needle. You do, after all, have more bulk in the upper chest area.
Yeah, everybody's gonna comment on that particular thing.
Silence, you fool! Chauvinist pig! What did I say? I mean to say idiot!
He's turning into a woman ever so slowly. So little for my lady, there's no cause for anger. That is so enjoyable, isn't it? Yeah,
Very well.
I do love this particular moment. Which means that traveling around now is a lot more fun for us, because we can actually engage a bit more.
What would you like?
However, though, we haven't yet gotten any nice little invitation towards temple. Have we? Maybe if we go to the temple district now, we will get something.
Whatever
Over there. No? Nobody wanting to go like, hey, Noman, you kinda wanted. No? Okay, fair enough, game.
if you say so.
I mean, after we're done with playing around with Edwina, our time, we'll probably use that spot to collect the other people we can get our hands on. Particularly who, actually? I guess we're gonna start with Narnia, because she has her own little quest thing going on.
I have nothing to wish.
And nobody, just the toady. Point. What else to do? We have that one, and then we have... Cerned, I guess? He's an option. I think he also has a quest.
Declare yourself.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
You must gather your party.
It's all a bit difficult, isn't it, to get rest right?
Of course.
Yeah. We now have a worthwhile thing to do. Running around with little Edwin. Which not any longer Edwin.
If that's what you want.
What a moment. The greatest moment of all, isn't it? Having achieved all the power he could ever wanted. Well, he thought he did. Using the spell. Getting turned into a woman. I swear to God, yeah, that is truly one of the most mage-like happenings you can have. Yep, sure, yeah. There's one named Mage that everyone will at least somewhat recognize. Would be, of course, Elminster in all of his glory.
Whatever you decide.
And even he had to go through that. Back into the city.
Jahira, I would have words with you.
Oh, look, it's another Harper. I wonder if we can farm the Harpers for XP at this point.
What are you doing back here? I am glad to see you. I thought our friendship.
And here for a social call, this is the last time we will see each other peacefully. I've come to speak a warning. Have you now? We're gonna get ambushed. What are you talking about? You decided. You are a killer of Harpers and a traitor. You have collaborated with our known enemies. Your execution has been ordered. Nobody is surprised that the Harpers would be assholes about this. I hate the Harpers. But such a thing has never been done. This is a very special case. You have faced little opposition from the Harpers so far. From here on, the attacks will increase in severity, unless you come with me now. What do you mean? It's an internal matter of justice. It does not involve... Nice. This player. You can spare her attacks. I'm almost done with my bab as well, so the timing is actually pretty good on your part. Give me a second to finish this up, though. You can spare her the attacks if you select. What sort of deal is this? You only thought she will get. Think on it, Jira. You receive the hearing you wish. Going off our last encounter with the Harpers, would we really trust them to give us a fair hearing? And just pointing this out. They have so far proven to be rather untrustworthy. Actually, I think, yeah. Now that I think about it. Some good old... somewhat... cherry flavored. Tobacco. One of my more favorite. Well, I would be buffing on it if I'm done with it. Has a nice bit of extra taste. Put it mildly. Ah. But damn it, at some point we should probably play once more through Dragon Age Origins now that I'm thinking on it. I want to put it on the list as well. Maybe we did once already. We can absolutely do it a second time. Ah. Hmm. Felt like being cool, eh? Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Reach their own. We should probably look for a place to have
My
a
lady,
rest.
I have been pondering your situation for some time.
Hmm.
This matter of your peculiar heritage. And I find myself filled with questions that I am almost loath to ask.
Go ahead, don't worry about it. Treat your actions at times the urges that I can only assume. We, from an evil god's blood, do not abandon to this. I would be indistinguishable from Sarevok. There's struggle inside you, my lady. You have your rage bottled up inside you, as I do. Is there a fight against evil in your heart? Can't say this, well. Voice acting is actually pretty good, for the most part. Funnily enough, I find the original cast's voice acting actually quite a lot more pleasant, and in many cases better, than the added-on characters. Like Nira, for example, and Dawn are two prime examples that are really go like... I mean, heck, Baldur's Gate 1, for the few voice lines it had, technically speaking, apart from the main evil people like Zarevok, was pretty good. I did enjoy the voice lines of TX and shit, because and TX being TX. Good times. Yep, well, they did find a pretty good way to work it in. A fitting way, as well. As I said, you know, how the fuck you manage to then, decades later, when things should have been so much better, fuck it up, at least in my opinion, is quite beyond me. Of course there's a struggle, and I do what I must to fight. I mean, yeah, surely it is. Things are that simple for you, are they, my lady? Well, against your blood is just chalk up to trying harder to fight against it. You could have it so easy, but so strong as you claim to be. By your blood, I would be rising on the ground in agony and calling to helm in the sky to end my torture. Why must I be forced to endure this? Then in the precipice, test that will decide the fate of my dream. Now you have abandoned me to it. Stand away from me then, and let me worry on my own. But just stop being such a little bitch. I know, man, for one fucking moment. It's so fucking hard to get your hands on a decent fuckboy these days. Jesus Christ. Waiting in a frisbee competition near me. Too late to go watch. Might go tomorrow. Interesting. Frisbee competition.
Very well.
Didn't know there was actually any competitions for that, but good to know.
Whatever you want.
I mean, fair enough, we all need your hobbies, you know. For some it's gaming. Or Demo, other things. Of course, that's much something else. You know, some people were really into playing darts, for example. I mean, I can understand playing darts for funsies once in a while, or, you know, a drunken round of bowling or billiards, but taking it too far. All a matter of taste, I suppose. Now then, let me rest for a moment in my royal chambers. Little Edwin, we are suffering.
I will tolerate only so much.
I do that. That's actually went through the trouble of actually getting some actual voice lines for a poor little female
Of course.
Edwina. And I think actually, it's going to take a bit, but at some point, it's actually going to be a great advantage to him to be in such an interesting form. Oh, like, you suck at this, don't you? Like, yes, of course I would. See, compared to this, I always have a nice, easy time when I come up to my parents. Sometimes it's just not, because they are not really that invested, but they do like to do things for fun. Board games, art games. All fun. Back to the city we go. Hello people, it is I again. Just know what, we have picked up a new little family entertainment for funsies.
Do it.
Yeah, everyone is different.
Very well.
Let's rest again because I would like it to be day. Hello. One way of saying it. Just that usually people are a lot more open to criticizing their own family members, which leads to a more open form of conversation. You wouldn't normally call a fucking stranger for being a complete fucking idiot, but as a family member, yeah, that's a fair point to be making. You can get away with that. That's how it works. Hello, I would like a breast, please.
Hello, me good smiling friends.
Okay, gonna be daylight now? Yes. Then the power.
You must gather your party
Good.
before venturing forth.
If you say so.
I don't really like the fact that random harpers are standing around here. Would really like to just attack them and see what happens. I think that is precisely what we're gonna do now. I don't like the harpers at the moment. They've proven to be
Fall, creature, and feed the earth!
rather annoying creatures. That's very much like the game. Hello, Mage. When the prostitute just comes up, stands in the middle there, goes like, I don't care. See, since we're already heralded as the murder of harpers anyway, I don't think we can make it much worse by murdering a few more harpers. That does give me a nice amount of equipment. But is that a good excuse to murdering them? Yes, I would say it's a good excuse. It also means free stuff. Who says no to free stuff? Anything else? I mean, there are probably some nice arrows in there, but I don't give a flying rat. Difference from this to the winter. I mean, yes. It's rather obviously directly influenced, I would say. Because, well, that's the most direct predecessor to Neverwinter Nights. Small shield +1. Pretty sure everybody has better, don't they? Small shield +2, small shield +2, yeah. That's one of the reasons why you want to do the Erdales questline relatively early on. Because if you go into that area and you deal with the Cambrian, you actually get a nice broad selection of fucking very awesome items out of it. It's gonna make your journey a lot better. Okay. I'm a +5. Not bad for a mage. Oh, is there anybody else I could change around? Oh, there's another harper there.
Every second I am in this hall.
I wonder. But technically speaking, we can actually do something else. Although I think it will end up with conflict if I take Edwin along with that. Will Nadia and Edwin get along? Probably not. Combat without doing some fucking boosting beforehand. Not good. Could you please, stop being a harper? Start being a corpse? Thank you. Well, I would actually have to look that up now that I think about it. Because once again, I'm gonna collect my companions like freaking Pokemon, and, gonna catch them all is a pretty good catchphrase in this particular regard. If I want to do that, I do have to avoid them randomly starting to murdering each other. It can be kind of difficult to do at times. Yeah, since no one will not go out of the party because, well, he's gonna be our little factoid in the future. And I do like Jahira and Draconia. Yoshi can be interesting. What is gonna be her starting? Let me quickly look it up. How's she gonna start? Renalia. That does not sound too bad, and honestly. Guess we can do this. This gives us something to do that doesn't feel like such a waste, I suppose. Guess technically there's also another quest in regards to that, isn't there? Let me quickly see here. Guess she wouldn't get along with Draconia. For good reasons. Okay. So basically, if we get rid of Yoshimura for a little moment,
Yes, the city, with all its people and their accumulated wealth, yes?
let's have the game here. We can actually do that in the meantime. It's gonna give us more to do instead of just, you know, traveling from A to B. Over and over again.
I do not wish to end our pairing before our tasks are done, but perhaps our rest is in order. Are you sure you want to go separate
Yes.
paths?
Do you want me to go to the Copper Coronet? Because that's basically it's the new friendly arms in for collecting your companions.
That's what you want.
Okay, so where's the Dioniso there? 8 hours travel time? Sure, we can take this.
Waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
That's not good.
Leave me be if I must.
That is always not good. So all of your little spells, protections are gone. These bandits do never learn the lesson. We are not so weak that we will fall to you easily. I think technically speaking, since we did reload that one time when we were ambushed by the harpers, this is probably the first time we have went outside. Outside into the woods. Yes, yes.
Yes.
We have arrived here, but where on the map are we? The upper corner.
Whatever you desire.
Do some exploration there. I see dead bodies. That's pleasant. Such a pleasant view. You arrive and immediately the first thing you see is, well,
Nothing to it.
some people on spikes. Oh, troll. That's not good.
With vengeance! What is it now? With vengeance!
Trolls are a bit of a pain in the ass. Can only be killed with fire. Oh, excellent. And not the other. Both get the job done.
Whatever you want.
Did she say anything about where to meet her? Zebra force that she has not yet explained. She has agreed to us to meet her at the keep, which she has marked on the map. But we must travel there quickly if we are to get any help at all. I mean, quickly is debatable at this point, to be fair. Quickly is very much so debatable. Might have actually for once fucked this up. Usually I'm kinda well aware of the timings, but since I never really liked this lady, I'm like, the poor people, I need to help them by giving them randomly money. I do have a tendency to kindly not be too involved with her. Which might actually for once have backfired here. I mean, you know, if it so happens, then it will so happen. I'm pretty sure the timer usually only starts once you have her with you. The timer only really determines that she's gonna run away if you're not actually getting a fucking move on.
There you are. I've been waiting positively ages for you.
Yes. Still scouting around, the outer walls have been breached. That means they're inside, and we have a tough time getting them out. Oh, okay, I think it's about high time you told me who we are actually fighting. Yes, I told you briefly, but others refused to help when they found out. We were beset by trolls, a vast number of them. As yet, there are some kind of snake creatures with them. I've seen the like of them before, but I've been sheltered most of my life. main assault began just a few nights ago. I think they were driven from the north by the elves, or perhaps the new settlements south of Tetir. Nasty, right? And outlaws can only be permanently killed by fire or acid. Those snake things look even meaner. Why would they come here? The reason they are here? I'm sorry, but I don't know numbers or tactics. I don't know what we must get rid of them. We must rescue my family. So. We need more information. If we march through the front door, it will be a slaughter. And I've been thinking, I'm pretty sure they would have left someone alive. Daleson, he would be tending the stable. I should try to reach him. You don't have to go through the front lines. Approach north of the palisade. There's a secret door that allows entry along the base of the keep wall. I use it to occasionally sneak out while my parents aren't looking. They don't much like me interacting with the local peasants. I can do so much for them. You can go on your own, but I'm still willing to join. I know the keep well, and I can take to a shadow as quick as nobles to wine. Studied a bit of Mage too. Practice. I want to be someone that gives to the poor and takes from the rich. I am. Fucking Robin Hood. I've a lot spare. It's fun. Sure. Welcome to the group then. Great. People, I help people like this often. Not really, no. I want to go out and walk amidst the filth. Helping those of lower tiers. They need someone, you know. Alright. I'll go how fast to save the limo. And of course we'll be willing to help. Nice.
How can I help?
Martin, what do you come equipped with, little lady? Simple short bow and 40 arrows. Well, that's not impressive. That is putting it mildly. And you're only going to level up like this, eh? Ah, that's not great. Not great at all. She's not much of a good thief because she's kind of stopped trading in the art of thievery. Same problem as Imoen has, actually. Vagabonds Mr. Stadia has brought to aid us. I suppose we cannot be choosy now. I hope the young lass knows you better than I. There's a way to the keep. Where is it? I just told you of the secret entrance, has she not? Just to the north of the palisade here, hidden in the wall of the keep behind some bushes. Ordinius knows of it. I've been watching to see if he escapes and uses it to flee. Not enough men here to attempt any kind of rescue. Rolls and UNT have shut up the gate. The secret entrance is the only way in. Just be careful, to know about it. Mean no end of trouble for you. What exactly has happened here? It was a little bit done, too enough. The bit was hopeless. Rolls and those UNT have shut the keep up tight. If we can do it in Mr. Ass and rid the castle of the vermin, we'd be mightily grateful. As would the Lord Dionys, if he still lives within. Oh, I'll be on my way then. Get within the keep, the more trouble you'll find, open the bridge and we will engage them. Maybe your only chance. Okay, the pretty simple plan so far. Not really want to hear someone else. He does all the work. Good. Some fire arrows, that is going to be helpful. Because he's of course absolutely fucking right. Yet without any acid or any fire, you cannot actually deal with the thrones.
Ah, 'tis a fine enough day to travel. Many a battle has been fought on a day just such as this.
Well, yeah, considering how many battles we've fought, you know, on the course of our fucking history.
We've made it in.
Yes.
We should find Daleson first, if he's still alive, and then make our way to the courtyard and open the drawbridge.
Fair enough. Ah. Okay.
If that's what you want.
Am I needed? Glad to be of assistance.
Yeah, whatever you desire.
Let us crawl through the darkness then and slay some fucking trolls. Let's hope that there's some...
I swear memories in such a place as this. Most unpleasant memories.
I do not doubt you, little Vicky. I do not doubt you at all. It's gonna be arrows +2, isn't it? Yeah, it is, it is, it is. Fucking fine game. Because I would like to have a few more things. Deal with the trolls.
Even hand to hand I am dangerous. I will tolerate only so much.
It won't work. I mean, technically we do have fireball, but do I really want to cast a fireball? A question for the ages, isn't it? It works. Just it's gonna be a bit of a splash to it.
Please, let me help. Always willing to try.
I mean, technically we do need some more arrows, so... Is there perchance any arrows around? She only has like 40 of them, and that's really, really, really not much.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, that'll have to suffice. Oh look, it's Daleston, the one we were looking for.
I have nothing you wish.
Talia, what are you doing here? Never come to the servants' quarters, at least not in my memory. Here, Daleston, but now's not the time for secrecy. People are not my family, these are my own hirelings. Keep no secrets here. As you would have it, Miss Nalia. Please, you needn't display such deference on my account. My auntie might prefer her servants cowed, but I do not. Why do you have this man lie for you? What have you tried? Fair question. I used the door to leave unseen. Auntie prefers no contact with the people who we govern, but lack of breeding is no cause for bad treatment. But Auntie is quite unreceptive to these ideas. She's old school and believes lesser classes are best reminded of their position at all times. I disagree. Well, she's one stuffed old biddy, isn't she? We got a saying for her kind, we do. A chosen of her northbound ogre. That will do, there's not talk of her thus. Apologies, I meant nothing. Certainly didn't. Regardless of her attitude, she's still a noble in this house. Darling, we must set about reclaiming this place for my family. News of them. That ain't all good. Lord Dernies was alive this morning. He was taken into the keep by a real big troll. Because I've seen. Probably took him down to the cellars. The cellars is what they are. Left him called otherwise in this day and age, despite their history. It is by my father's order. Yes, Miss Nadia. Fought bravely, but didn't make it to his flail, or perhaps didn't get enough parts. It's one hidden around here somewhere, I guess, but he never told anyone where. Never seen it used. He never said why he didn't build it more often. He could seek it out if he didn't have it with him. Take him to the cellars then. Yes, he would have it, Miss Nadia. Yes, it is. You're a good man, Daleston. Okay. Numbers we will be facing. See, maybe 30 trolls. They were bossing something called a UNT. Don't know how many of those are. Weird things, but everything about this is odd. Seem to be going out of their way to not damage the keep. Never heard of careful trolls, but maybe they just like the cellar better. Cellar is... Left there, I will tell. The cellar is a relic, a leftover from a time when our family was not as caring as it could have been. Me, I'll respect your wishes, but I'll not have you dress it up none. Tell it for what it is. But hey, so much to make amends. Oh, you're right. The cellar is a dungeon. My father walled it up. It had seen much use. As he'd use as such again. There's no excuse. How they'd say, Harrison, did you tell these beasts of the cellar? Never, Miss Nadia. They got but barest of service for my life. I would never. Right, I believe you. How did they know? Father would not tell. Come, we must go. Dales and prepare what others you can find for return to service. Yes, bestanden, ja. Well, something else as well. Anyway, the big troll, he's got a whole pack of nasty-looking monsters that dig like mad. Had to feed them. Nothing gets between them and their food. And the post the dog stew I made. To kill 4 dogs per meal. Disgusting. I got the main room of the dungeon, but they feed in one of the cells to the cells down the hall. The back of the room where they first broke in. I wanted to warn you about them. They almost killed me. All I was doing was dropping the food in the cell. It keeps them from their food. That's information. Want to use fire against trolls when they fall down, otherwise they will get up, back up again. I know. But my problems. They don't actually have that much under actually fire. That's fire, that's acid. Doesn't take a bloody genius to figure that out. More fire. Okay, so you get some normal arrows out of that. That's a good start. More fire arrows. Show more acid arrows. The rest we're gonna keep up, let's just say. Oh, then I don't actually know. I don't think I've done this quest far too often compared to some of the others. I don't remember completely where to go. Yeah, that's a lot of trolls.
Leave me be.
Means we're gonna have to change our equipment relatively often. Come on. Send one of them at least down. Come on. Wrong spell, Edwin. Very wrong spell. And then fire it is. Fire. But not waste them. I don't have that many. At least they're worth quite a bit of XP. 1400 per kill. I can live with that. Pretty well.
Just ask, and I'll do it. I'll certainly try. Whatever you want.
It has a way forward. Where does this lead? The courtyard. That is precisely where we wanted to go.
No mercy for those who oppose us!
That's another lovely creature. Shall not live for long. Word is ugly and it indulged my eyes greatly. Okay, so how do I open this? There must be a mechanism somewhere. Probably not outright on the fucking... What is it? Where might they be hiding it? Maybe up top actually. That would potentially be an option.
Here.
Still slow, aren't I? And I'm taking some damage from poisoning.
Jacques.
Yeah. Heal me, please. Joe, I'm back to help. A flaming sword would be most prudent of an item to have around right about now. That's the thing I was looking for.
I would see as few days in this form as possible.
So you say, you ladman. I'm sure you're enjoying your time. One way or another. Well, yes, there's still a lot more to explore in this little keep. And we shall do so, of course.
Crossblades with me and fall, creature, and feed the earth!
Reindeers upon them, let the despair be your vanguard! Yeah, it's not gonna work like that.
Fall, creature, and feed the earth!
It is a fine enough day to travel. Many a battle has been fought on a day just such as this.
Like you don't say. Many a fine battle has been fought on pretty much every single potential weather constellation you could ever have. Believe you me.
If that's what you want.
He's like a flaming sword. But again, the rest is up to you. Okay? I don't think that is a very truthful statement you're making there, but nonetheless. Help me, please. It's gonna be a bit difficult now.
Here!
Okay, that leads upstairs. We're gonna go upstairs. I mean, since we already know that we are supposed to be going into the dungeon, aka downstairs, we're gonna go upstairs first, of course. It was a good idea to take a look around and collect whatever you can get your little hands on. You know, when you might find something of interest. Let's stroll. I think. Not gonna live much longer than its cousins. Fact of the matter, it lives a lot less. Its cousins. Of course. Can leave those for now here to pick up.
Whatever you decide.
Where can I be? Of course.
Okay. Bit more of my equipment. Always neato. And we already found a way up, so that is what we're gonna do first. Okay, what's that? Troll. It's just another troll. For some reason, these fucking motherfucking creatures still think that they have even the most remotest of chance.
How can I help? It's almost beneath us. Very well.
You actually
Am
fail
I
at doing
needed?
that.
Is that all? I'd hoped for more.
Interesting, but not pleasant.
Whatever you want.
Okay, I mean, did all of that, all of that. There's nothing there. There was a way. Down here, wasn't there? Doop, 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 doop. Catch up little treasures. Yes, just such a asshole-ishly long amount of flaylet. Cold. Nice. Catch a nice amount of fucking secrets everywhere. Where is my little bitch? Come here, you're supposed to be detecting secret doors for me and shit. Amongst other things. Actually, maybe real quickly. And what do we have here? Ring of Earth Control, Armor Class 1. Stone to Flesh once per day. As a touch spell. I do like the extra armor class though. Okay. But it is it. We haven't actually found yet a way down though, interestingly enough. Where might that be? Oh, I've collapsed. You'll have to find another. Well, I guess we can first and foremost go upstairs before we write too much about it. I don't really remember the building structure here. Maybe this is the way down?
Please, I will do what I can. Tell me all about it. I'm ready for it. Glad to be of assistance, if you say so.
Okay, so there's no way we can get through there. No, what would happen if you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding? Pretty much nothing. You would have a bag of holding in a bag of holding. I don't see any reason why that would counteract itself, since the magic of a bag of holding kind of works only on its inside. So, I mean, yes, technically speaking, if you put an item into a bag of holding, then you put said bag of holding into another bag of holding, but since the bag of holding has a... what was it again, according to the lore? Was it 500 LB weight limit? I think it was. Like maybe you would put it full of that, and you would have, of course, 0 weight, and then you put set 0 weight into the bag of holding, and you still have 0 weight. So just from the weight perspective, not much changes. You could probably then put a lot more into the outer bag of holding, basically.
I'll have to find my aunt's bedroom. There's a secret passage within that leads to the cellar entrance. Of course.
But at least on a fundamental level, there shouldn't be anything wrong. Of course, you can never completely assume the possibility of some fucking space-time continuum fuckery that could potentially happen. For some metaphysical reason. After all, the gods have a tendency to be quite humorous if they want to be, especially what they consider to be humorous. Which not all that often aligns with what most people would consider to be humorous. Can I just go over here? I guess technically speaking again. It's a baby little troll again. His existence will be short and brutal. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. Infinite blades of weight. Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, you know, you fill one up with to its limit, then you put it in another bag, at which point, you know, you have 0 weight in your new bag. Then you fill that bag up again as well. Could you please, you know, shoot that with fire? Thank you. And what you have to do. Shoot it. That is often the case. After all, the world of Dungeons & Dragons is beset by God's most rule. I'm pretty sure a somewhat reasonable game master would do some horrible things, space and continuum-wise, to you if you try to do something cheesy as that. Thus, Togal shall be pleased with the gift of your corpse. It is a regret that I shall have to dirty my hands in obtaining it. I mean, you can try. Well, yes, it would be a bit of a pain in the ass to look for one specific item, but if you just use it as general storage, you can probably get away with that. But then, could somebody please hit him just once more? Thanks. Oh, short here, worth quite a bit of XP though. Interesting. Fire arrows, that's good for us. Good more spells. The door and lock both seem to be damaged. You will not be able to open this door until it is repaired. There's the first floor, stairs to the roof. Do we want to go to the roof? Probably. We will probably want to go all the way up before we go down into... Let's call it what it is, the dungeon. Where the torture chamber is, yes.
For the fallen! With
Also, before I forget about it, first you grab a few more of those, and secondly, I have picked up these. Oh, yes, student store clock. I have some stuff I need to get rid of. 1 second. Yeah. Basically, it would take a while, depending on how deep you do this, because technically speaking, if you look at it like this, you could do a bag of holding, and a bag of holding, and a bag of holding, and a bag of holding. Very much so, down. As I said before, since the world of Dungeons & Dragons is besieged by many a great and evil deity and Game Master, I'm pretty sure something horrible would happen if you try to do it. Alright, what is all mine? That's a bit too much of cheesing the system.
Do not disturb my duties.
How do you get in here? I've been hired by Narnia to clear out the keep of invaders. Oh, thank the gods. I cannot believe how relieved I am to see you then. Not only have I been barricaded in here fighting against trolls, I can't believe the audacity of this woman. The lady Elshia is the Lord's sister, and she's a trial to say the least. I've been tempted to strangle her myself more than a dozen times. I suggest you speak to the lady for Elshia further. She will decide what to do, I suppose. Probably the first break I have had from her in days.
Oh, 'tis like a nightmare. Yet more hooligans tracking their filth through the halls.
Yeah, that's the sort of thank you I wanted to hear after I came here to rescue your fucking asses. You'll have to vacation for a 10-day while the whole building is deloused. There's the same as your leader. You will get no more from me than a condemnation, marching into the home as though you belong. Just about coming to.
Auntie, please! We have come to rescue you!
Nalia? Oh my dear, what have you brought home with you this time?